Petey Beats here from Pop Turner, speaking to Jordan Poole about Thanksgiving, which is now available to go see in theaters. Welcome to the show, man. Thanks so much for being here.
Hey man, thanks for having me. I'm glad to be here.
It's always going to be a crazy, surreal, weird feeling. You audition for this movie, you book it, you film it, you wrap, you wait. Now people can kind of see what you worked on. Has it kind of started to hit you more and more that people are able to see Thanksgiving?
It started to hit me when I could actually bring my friends.
Yeah.
Having a theater full of 9 of my friends all sitting next to me, getting to see me, on the screen in a big movie and have my name come down the credits and, them taking photos of it. It's really cool that I get to be a part of something this big, honestly.
What can you tell me about the audition process? Did you audition for a bunch of characters? And like the character that you got that we see in the film, like how did he read to you in the script compared to going to actually film it specifically?
Okay, so I did only audition for Jacob.
Okay.
That's my character. I'll give you a quick description. I would consider him a nerd, but he doesn't like to get pushed around,
No.
right?
It's a good balance.
Yeah. He's sort of the kid that you keep around because you need him, not because you like him. Like he's the guy you'll pay to do your essay.
But he's got confidence. He's got this swag. He's got this swag, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He wears the sunglasses at inappropriate times.
Yeah.
He's but yeah, when I did the audition, I got that from my agent, and I just read but I think it was 2 scenes,
Mhm.
and then just sent it off, and then I don't remember how long, but it was definitely weeks. And then I just got an email from my agent saying, "Hey, you are Eli Roth's #1 pick for Jacob. Are you available in these dates?" And I'm like, "Yes, I am." So I found that out in like February, but we didn't start filming until March. So I had about a month to prepare myself
Yeah.
that, I'm gonna be part of this. I got.
And I went to see it. I've seen it, 3 times already, and I'm gonna go see it more. I just love this movie, man. I mean, I feel like this is the movie theater movie. Like this is a movie that just checks all the boxes for what you look at in a movie theater movie, right? So what, like, do you notice all those boxes checks when we were filming it? Like, it's got everything if you think about it.
Of course. Yeah, it's got everything you could possibly want. It's got comedy, it's got horror, it's got so much blood. It's got like named actors. It's got a good script. It's got, it's definitely a good theater experience. Something you definitely want to bring your friends to so you can all, squirm together. I still react a little bit to some of the things that happened.
I don't think I can ever look at corn the same way again.
That's true. Or perhaps an oven or a
But for me, like, okay, spoiler alerts for I've interviewed a lot of your cast as well, so spoiler alerts for people who haven't seen it. That parade scene, the turkey mascot getting it, that was. I don't think I can ever unsee that. You know what I mean?
That's fair. That's really fair. I got to watch that because I was in the parade, so I got to watch that parade stuff, and it was a chaotic scene. I think there was like a 300 background day. It was a lot of people.
That scene went 0 to 100 in like the best way possible if you think about it, right?
I know.
There's like the preparation, everyone's going on the floats, and then it's like clown guy. Oh my god! It's just like
it's honestly one of my favorite scenes because I got to be on the float, right?
Yeah.
I got to be on one of the floats, and I got to the song Rasputin.
Of course, yeah, Rasputin.
Dance that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I basically learned that dance, and then they found out that I could do it, and they basically put me on the float so I could do it. So if you're paying attention to like the Plymouth Rocks float,
yep,
you'll see me in the background going up and down. That's exactly what I'm doing.
100%. And, another really cool scene with you and, Joe plays McCarty is obviously the McCarty party because we we meet you and you're talking about the McCarty party. But I think the best part is we get to see the McCarty party.
Yeah,
like,
McCarty party.
You're like wondering at one point because it's brought up by you in the diner and then they bump into McCarty, right? And it's like, we're all like, we hope we can see the McCarty party, right?
And you get to, it's great.
And there's a VIP and everything. What was that like? Because I feel like you and Joe probably had a lot of time together doing those scenes. And what was it like working with him specifically for those scenes?
He's so funny, man. He's so great. There's stuff that we didn't use, obviously, but like when in the front when I'm staying up like that and he's doing his monologue. he would say a few different things at the end each time. And it just some of them were some of them were really funny, and they didn't get used, but you know, they did use some good ones too. But he was a great guy to work with. Found out he's a bartender, I believe. So
Yeah.
he told me about a couple of drink mixes. It was fun. It was great.
No, absolutely. And then you have some good scenes with Tommaso, who plays Evan, you know what I mean? And when I did the interview with him, I was talking about the fact that like the writing in this is so funny and so subtle. But then like you think about it, like for example, you're literally like, this better be good. And you're like, she couldn't have written it better herself. Because
Yeah,
like literally, like she wrote it.
yeah, yeah. That's yeah. It's crazy. Like in the movie, like we hate each other,
Yeah.
but in real life, we get along so well.
Oh yeah. That was the best scene though. Like she literally like you say it so like confidently too. She literally couldn't have written it better
Literally,
herself.
because she did.
Oh, that was just so good. And then yeah, that was the scene where we see with the sunglasses, right? Had a rough night.
Yeah,
Had a
that
long
was
night.
that was the first sunglasses, I believe, and then I don't think they ever came off afterwards. Maybe one other scene afterwards, but and
um,
I actually,
you're
yeah,
obviously you got to keep the sunglasses. That's so
yeah, I
cool.
got to keep them at the end.
Yeah. Did you all get those hats made with your characters in it? Because like Scuba has a hat like that.
Yeah,
Gabe has a scuba hat like that as well.
yeah, he actually got them made himself as a cast gift. He gave one to each of the cast members. So I
Nice.
figured I'd wear. I saw him wearing his and his. I figured I'd wear mine. It's a Thanksgiving interview. It's got
Absolutely.
the jacket on the front. I don't know if he showed you, but on the back, it's also got the movie name.
Oh, that's sick. And you so you could like do both, right? Like you could put it at
Yeah,
the
you could do
front.
both, or you could do like on the side like that if you wanted to. Like you could brand it however you want.
That's a really good segue though, because I love seeing all the BTS stuff that's been posted. I mean, you guys were really close as a cast, man. Like it's good to see, man. Honestly, like what was that? What was that like? Just working with everyone. Like we talked about Joe. Like it really seems like you bonded a lot with this movie.
Yeah, we did. We bonded really quickly. Like on the first day,
Yeah.
it was meshed right together. Like I did it, and several other people in the cast did it as well. On days we weren't working, we would just show up and hang out
Yeah.
because that's we just we want we like to be with each other. It was fun. It was like this whole group of us, and we've got so many videos and pictures of each other doing things. Um, Unfortunately, I can't share some of them because they'll give away stuff. But it's such a unique experience to be part of something so big, but everyone's so meshed together that quickly.
Mhm. I did want to ask very quickly because you are from Nova Scotia. This was filmed in Toronto. I
Yeah.
wanted to kind of know a little bit about because I know you work in Nova Scotia as well and everything. What is the scene like and the filmmaking scene in Nova Scotia like lately? Do you see it kind of growing? Is there a lot of different genres being filmed there? Like, I'm just curious about that specifically.
Yeah, there's plenty of stuff that films here. I did most of my career. I've been doing it since I was 3, so most of my career has been here. Like shows like Mr. D that ran for eight years
Yeah,
here. It definitely has its up seasons and its down seasons, but what city doesn't?
exactly.
Uh,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, yeah. We this season, I think we had uh maybe 4 or 5 things. I could be wrong, but over the summer and on like right now, I think there's a couple of things still filming.
Yeah.
So it's I'm not going to say it's hundreds of projects like like LA. It's obviously not. We don't have the crew. We don't have the people for that.
Yeah.
But it's definitely there's stuff that happens, right?
Mhm. Getting back to kind of Thanksgiving, and one of the things that I just loved about it is I really think, Jordan, you had a two-headed monster here with the horror movie because in one regard you got the slasher. So I think of the slasher movies where you know the killer, like Mike Myers in Halloween and, Jason Voorhees, Friday the 13th. In the other regard, you have kind of the Scream kind of aspect of it, like the who done it, you don't know who the killer is, right? So I feel like you have kind of both those elements. How cool is it to be able to work on not only like a horror movie, but a horror movie that literally like takes two of like the best elements of a horror movie together, essentially, like a slasher and a whodunit. It's pretty crazy.
Yeah, it's so cool because it's like this. Oh, you think it's this guy? Oh, but it's not. It's this guy. Oh, wait a minute. No, it's this guy. But as you're doing that, you're also seeing some incredibly violent deaths at the same time. So it's really cool because you have that aspect, but you also get to watch, these amazing like real things. They weren't CGI, like they were real like dummies and stuff that
Yeah.
they made for each thing.
Mhm.
So it's a really cool experience to be a part of a mixture of both best parts in one.
Okay, big spoiler alert.
Oh,
I mean, your character is not dead, as far as we know. Like he's not. We don't see him die. You know what I
no.
mean? So let's say there. It's a cool feeling to like because I could see it. You can't say anything. You're there. You're doing an interview, but like I could see there being more of these movies, and that'd be amazing. You know what I mean? Because I feel like this is one of my favorite movies of the year, and you can make a franchise of it. Is it cool to think about like the possibilities, not just with your character? Like that's something like after you wrap, you probably thought of, right? Like, oh man, like there's so many more like John Carvers that could show up in the future. You know what I mean?
Naturally, you always think about it would be so cool if this could get a second.
Yeah.
If it gets a second, maybe it's a third, and then maybe it's a fourth. Like,
Yeah.
it's so cool because you can also expand on the universe. You can add more characters. You can add more lore, if you will. Like, so yeah, it does cross your mind, but is there a second one? Who knows? We'll see.
Yeah, it's always like I feel like because like there's two things with actors that I feel like people don't realize. One, you're professional auditioners, like that's literally what you do, right?
Yeah.
That is the job,
Oh, yeah.
right? And then when you
Every,
book a
like,
job,
every 100 auditions, you get one.
it's like
So
you're auditioning all the time, and then you basically like when you book something, that's almost like it feels like the downtime. If you think about it, that's the fun time, right? It's the playtime essentially.
All of your working and practicing leads up to you getting this role, and then you get that role, and you get to actually like flesh it out. You get to do the whole thing. You get to do it with your little spin on it. It's great.
And then the second thing too is like there's a very kind of like on to the next project. What's the next project mentality? Because that's just kind of how it is. You know what I mean? Like the creative juices never go away, right?
Oh, of course, yeah.
So
Yeah, you're always doing an audition. As soon as you finish one, you're like, well, that's done. Hopefully, I can do another one, and hopefully, it's just as good.
horror movies have always been around, but there's been a big surge and uptick in horror movies. They've been very popular. Some of the best and most popular movies that come out are horror movies. You know what I mean? What's it like working in the genre at a time where there is a real big appetite for that genre specifically as compared to past years?
Oh, it's great because you know there's an audience for it. Like sometimes if you do a horror movie before it was, you send it out and be like, is it gonna make enough money? Is it gonna break even? Is it gonna do all the stuff that we hope it does? But sending it out in this climate right now, where the horror movies are like as big as they are, it's great because you sort of already have that confidence as it goes out that this is gonna do great. This is gonna succeed. This is gonna reach a wide audience, and everyone's gonna love it.
100%. And Thanksgiving's in theaters, and they can go see it. And it, like I said, such a fun ride. You're strapped in like a roller coaster the whole time. It's like dialed in. I went with a buddy, and he was just like dialed in the whole time. Like the second time I saw, like he was just like I love seeing that. That's the best thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, they can see that. And Jordan, thank you so much for coming on the show, man. It was so great chatting with you.
Yeah, you too, man. Thanks so much for having me.
And happy birthday.
Thank you.
Your Instagram account is just your name, eh? If people want to keep updated with everything, or like Jordan Poole Acts.
My Instagram is Jordan Poole Acts, all one word. Acts is in acting at ACTS.
Yep.
Yeah, so that's my Instagram. I have the Twitter is the same thing, but I don't really use it as much.
Yeah.
So yeah, Instagram is my
There's
main.
some BTS stuff there. The cast posts a lot.
There's some BTS stuff there. And you can find some other BTS stuff on another account called All Will Be Carved.
Yep. Absolutely. I still want to know. No one's telling me who is the mastermind behind that account, but
and we will not share that secret.
Nor you shouldn't.
No.
Awesome. Well, this has been Pop Turner. YouTube.com/Pop Turner for previous episodes. Till next time, this is Jordan Poole, who you can catch in Thanksgiving, now in theaters, and Petey Beats signing off.
Thank you for tuning in to Popternative. Make sure to check out our past episodes of Popternative on YouTube.
This has been an Autograph Communications production.